So one of the things that's really important to work on is width. So we're going to work on this. We're going to do a practice around getting some more width in the body, in the heart, in the mind. So it's easy to think wider, like to think out, press your thinking out, but to really press the heart and the body out is critical. So I'm going to take you through a brief meditation on width. So you can go ahead and close your eyes. So you're going to start from a nice, strong, seated position. You're going to press your sit bones down. Really anchor them into your seat. And as they press down, let them get wider. So almost imagining now like the base of your body, the base of your spine, your sacrum, your pelvis, like imagine getting wider, like a bulb, like a flower bulb. It's nice and wide at the base. So even as the sit bones are pressing down, you're also pressing out wider. And while you do this, let the breath deepen. So you're pressing down through the sit bones and then really pressing out. Like feel the pelvis getting wider, sacrum getting wider, the low part of your spine, feel it getting wider. And as you deepen the breath, like relax the belly so that it could get wide. So we sometimes focus on letting the belly soften, and it softens out and down. See if you can let it soften and widen, like you could press the belly out to both sides. And then pressing the side ribs out. So using the breath, like almost using the force of your breath on the inhales, maybe you hold the breath at the top for a couple seconds and press the side ribs simultaneously down into the earth and out. So you're rooting down and then pressing out. Notice the breath might get a little deeper here. Belly is still soft, but pressing out. Sit bones, sacrum, pelvis, pressing down into your seat and out. And if you haven't done so already, bring the breath through the nose only. So in and out of the nose only, and let the nostrils get wide. Continue widening up the center column of the body. So widening the fronts of the ribs, like as if you could press the fronts of the ribs out, as if you had someone pulling on the rib cage and separating it out from the center of your heart. And then really feel your heart here. So root the heart down into the navel, into the sit bones, into the sacrum, and then let it get wide. So your seat is nice and deep, you're pressing down, but really focusing on pressing out. And then let the heart really widen. So the center of the chest. Almost imagine from the inside out, pressing the chest and the rib cage out as you root it down. letting the heart just be really wide. Let it get vast. Like feel the tissue in your heart and feel it pressing out. And then take your arms and stretch them out to either side to really amplify the widening of the heart. So palms are facing forward, arms are stretched out. Breath is deep in and out through the nose, and the nostrils are nice and wide. Now really stretch the heart, stretching the ribs open, get wide. Start to feel out. Feeling out beyond the space you're in. Feeling out into the people you serve, the people you lead, maybe in your community, maybe in your business, clients. Just feel out, pressing your heart and your awareness out. Let it emanate from the heart. Letting the heart get wide and then press it out through the stretched out fingers, keeping the front of the body nice and soft. Then pressing out beyond the confines of your city, your community, your clients, your business. Pressing out across the continent. Pressing out to the people in your life that you love, no matter how far away they physically are. Imagine you could get wide enough to hold them. Keeping the breath nice and strong. Continuing to root down through your seat, even as you're feeling out wide. The wider you get, the more deeply rooted you have to be. So root down, get wide. Really activate the heart. Just feeling all the people in your life that you love. Maybe the people you've forgotten. Stretching out across the planet now. Keeping the arms up. Stretching out and just really feeling how wide you can make yourself. How wide you could press your awareness. How wide you could press your heart. And then really let the back of the throat widen now. So imagine you could get wide in the base of the body, wide in the ribs, wide in the heart, and then let the back of the throat get wide. So that on the exhale, even though it's through the nose, you could activate the back of the throat and let it get wide so that your voice could get wide. Even though you're not saying a thing, just through your breath, letting the back of the throat get wide. Notice what that does to the body. Keeping the arms stretched out. We're only here for another couple minutes. Let the back of the skull start to get wide. And as your heart is getting wide, as you're feeling your community, your family, your business, people across the planet, let your mind get wide. See if you can take your mind, crown of the head, center of the forehead, and just widen it. Like use your will to widen your mind and your heart. Breath is nice and deep. Back of the throat is super wide. Heart wide open. Mind wide open. Stretching, stretching, stretching out. Across the planet. Just take another couple breaths and feel what that's like just to be wide. Be wider than your circumstance, wider than your habits, wider than your patterns, wider than your fears. And then very slowly begin to make this breath, this practice more subtle. Bringing the body a little closer into the space you're in, bringing the hands now very slowly, as if you could take all this width and press it into the palms, bringing the palms to meet, pressed together at the center of the heart, taking this wide capacity and pressing it now into the palms, into the heart. Just making a commitment now, the next time something rattles you, some habitual thought comes in, some fear, just make a commitment to get wide the next time that happens. As your heart collapses, to get wide. As your mind spins, get wide. As you lose your tether to the earth, get wide.